Now, this is going to be one of the most significant KDP videos on my channel. If you are able to grasp this concept, then you are going to see huge results within your KDP business. This is something that I did in my business and it actually 3.5x my KDP earnings. So make sure you watch this full video and implement all the strategies I talk about. So I'm going to first cover my December 2023 income versus my December 2024 income, the biggest difference between them, then why what I did actually worked, and the mindset shift that created. Then I'm going to give you practical examples of why what I did really worked, and then what you need to be thinking about this year in order to implement this strategy best in your own business. So let's take a look at December 23 versus 24. So in December 23, I made $7,305.72, and this gave me a total orders of 3,360. And then I was able to make $2.70 royalty per book. However, in December 24, I was able to make $26,257.92. And I had a total orders of 6,546, and this gave me a royalty per book of $4.01. So you can see a huge difference between the two, and the biggest difference between the year was getting a higher royalty per book. Now, this is something that's so simple to do. It isn't anything mind-blowing, and I can read some of your minds already. You've probably got objections already thinking that if your books are more expensive, that people won't buy them. But this comes from a limited mindset that is rooted in fear. But what I want you to do is actually flip your mind and start thinking of the positives as to actually why this works. So first of all, with higher price books, you're able to get a higher profit margin. And with that extra income, I mean, who doesn't love extra money? You'll be able to invest in various parts of your business. So if you want to invest in maybe a better cover designer or invest in different tools, it will really allow you to improve every part of your business. It's also protection against change. Now, in the past 2 years, we've seen Amazon make a lot of changes, including increasing the printing costs. In the UK, they've added VAT, and these things can really hold back parts of your business if your books are priced really low. However, if you do have those higher profit margins, then they will be factored in. Yes, you might get a little bit less, but it won't affect your business as much. You'll also be able to attract better quality customers, I believe. Those that actually want to pay a lot more and pay extra are actually going to be better customers for your business. And eventually they might maybe join your email list as they really do want that quality. And it also allow you to really build a more premium brand. So you can also become the go-to brand within your niche that people will look up to, and it will really set the quality for the rest of the niche. And it also provides you with more of an ad budget flexibility. So having those higher price books just means that you've got a bit of extra margin where your ads can spend that little bit more money and allow you to get more fairer ACOS as well. But the biggest thing for me is the mindset shift that it's actually going to give you, as to create books that you are charging a lot more for. First of all, you need to be providing exceptional value, as a higher price just means that customers are going to demand a lot more. So to meet that expectation, I started focusing on creating exceptional books and just making sure every part of it is outstanding. Secondly, you want to be creating unique books. Don't just think you can go onto Amazon, copy somebody's book, charge a higher price, and then expect it to sell. It doesn't work like that. A higher price point actually pushed me to refine my niche research process, develop unique ideas, and add elements that will set my book apart. So an easy way to do this is just by cross-niching. So just add two popular ideas together to create something unique and new to the market. Thirdly, it actually forces you to raise your standards. So when you price your books a lot higher, it actually forces you to hold yourself a lot more accountable for the books that you are creating. You're just not going to throw any old book onto Amazon. You're really going to take time with every single part. Now, I don't even go into every single niche that I might find that's good. If I'm not going to add value or create something unique within that, then I don't go into it. So it will really shift your mindset charging higher for your books. So now what I want to do is just break this down for you, how you can practically do this and give you some steps to follow. So first of all, I recommend that you identify your best selling books. So take a look at your books that are consistently selling and doing well on Amazon. You know, maybe they might be a bestseller, maybe they've got a lot of high ratings and positive customer reviews. So you've got that validation there to consider charging a much higher price. Then actually start researching comparable books that are doing well in the niche. See how high the best book in your niche is, and then consider how your book fares against that. If it's much better, then you can think about increasing the price for that particular book, but don't just increase it drastically. Actually think about adjusting your prices gradually. So just add maybe $1 at first, and then just check if it still has a similar BSR. If it goes lower, just see how the book does. And then if the book continues to sell well, then you might want to add another dollar as well. So you just gradually keep on moving forward. And again, if it starts performing badly, then you can just reduce it back to the original price. But another big thing to consider as well is consider the time of the year. So in January or February, this might not work as well, as everybody's just come off December, where maybe they've spent a lot of money and they don't have as big as of a budget to spend. But in other times of the year, maybe there's a big seasonal event coming up, such as Valentine's Day or Father's or Mother's Day, when people are willing to spend a lot more, or even Q4, where people are wanting to get gifts. Then this will work really well, as people are willing to spend whatever. And if your book is the best, then you are a prime target to make sure that your book is bought, and you will be earning a lot more money. Now, I want to give you two practical examples, as these are two things that I've highlighted that nobody really speaks about. And for the first example, I want to be comparing my August 2023 to 2024. So let's take a look at August 2023, where I had a total orders of 1,929 for that month. Then my total income for all my books were $4,079.13. However, in 2024 of August, I actually sold a lot less books, which were 1,751, but I was able to make a lot more than August 2023, as I charged higher for my books. And just with 10 books alone, I was able to make $6,065.28. So one of the things nobody speaks about is actually there's no guarantees that a year later that your books are actually going to be selling as well. And in most likely case in scenarios, your books are probably going to be selling less. And one of the reasons is due to competition. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that just go onto Amazon, they see a book doing well, and they create a copy of it. They just want to make easy money and put no effort in. But also, there is no guarantee that the same customer that bought your book is going to go back and buy it again. But if you take a step back, and as I showed you in the practical steps before, and actually start to identify which of your books are doing well, then maybe start thinking about improving the cover, maybe improving some of the interior content, maybe adding A+ content. So you're making these improvements that will really add value to your book. Then you start to charge much higher for your book. Then in a year's time, even if your book is selling less, you can actually make a lot more money. And another example I want to show you as well, we're going to compare two different book prices. So first, if you charge $8.99 for your book in the Amazon.com market, you'll get a $2.55 royalty per book. So with a 20K BSR, you're going to be making 450 sales per month. And this is according to BookBeam stats. So you can take a look in your own time. And this is going to make you $1,147.50. However, if you charge $12.99, then you'll be getting a $4.95 royalty per book. And just with a 40K BSR making 240 sales per month, you're actually going to be making slightly more, so $1,188. So in this scenario, we can see that the higher price book does not need as low as a BSR in order to make actually slightly more money. And a 40K BSR is a lot more easy to achieve than a 20K or lower BSR. And I just think it makes the game for self-publishers a lot easier if you actually don't have to target as high as BSR, but you can still make really good money. So there needs to be a shift if you are going to charge higher prices for your book. So what types of books can you actually charge a higher price for? Now in 2025, my main focus is going to be on higher content books and also unique, high quality, mid content and low content books that are unique and have their own spin to it. You really need to differentiate yourself from anything else in the market and create something truly outstanding if you are going to charge those prices. So let me know what you think about this strategy. Is this something that you're going to be doing this year in the comments? And I'll answer any of your questions.